Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to really interesting area chat. I mean, I think we can say that about every area chat we've been to, but this one's got an interesting connection that makes sense now.
Yeah, why it's here.
Because we're not gonna. We won't reveal location because obviously, as we always sort of say on these, the moment we do that, the people who own this aren't really going to be. Every single owner we meet is always preferable that we don't,
Yeah, privacy.
So we're not where you'd think we would be.
No.
Let's just say that. And actually, so to see this air raid shelter, interesting. And for anybody else who just wants to know as well, just for our own benefit, is that we do document it and put our own information in afterwards. So obviously, what we're putting out for you is a less informal or informational type of video to protect the privacy of this, but we do document it for ourselves as a form of historical documentation. So obviously we do take this seriously and we do respect the owners and everything else on board. We'll fill you in with a little bit of history because it's really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
So without further ado, let's just crack on. Come on. Incredible.
Yeah, amazing.
Really, really interesting construction, and extremely clean in here, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So, how are we going to say this? I don't really know. During World War II, there was a manufacturer, let's just sort of say,
in London,
who was working on specific bits of engineering equipment, who, because it was based in London and would have been heavily bombed, decided to move it outside of London. And in due course, to stop, obviously, to protect the equipment that was being manufactured on a semi-large scale, let's just sort of say, but important. And this is their house, the actual manufacturer's proper house. And this is their air raid shelter. Is that? Go on.
Context, the reason they built it is because the stuff was stored here. It wasn't made here.
No.
It was stored here.
Yes, well said. What we're looking at is a fairly interesting air raid shelter, as most of them are, but what you'll notice is this is probably the second time I've ever seen one which has got a triangular roof. The other one that I saw was in Surrey before, and that was a smaller, almost shedded design. I've actually done a video on that one before. Some of you may remember that one. But what's really fascinating about this is that it's quite clear, the design. So you're looking at basically a shed, in essence, type of design for the basic layman. You've got two vents, you've got one there in that corner, and then as Sophie can rightly point out on the other side of the corner as you drop down into here. We think that is a drain, because it's very dry in here, and obviously, although that's been there, it looks like a drain. I might be wrong on that. Original door frame as well, which is wonderful to see. Even more interesting is you've got this wonderful light switch, I'm assuming, with an on, obviously we won't touch it, off switch as well, and you can sort of see what an incredible design is that. Beautiful. You can see how rusted it's been over time as well. Really, really incredible. And then we've got The other thing of note, which is our escape hatch, which as you can see, or might not be able to tell, it's full of tennis balls, because the owner has got 3 beautiful dogs. And obviously some of them have clearly dropped down the escape hatch before. We will, once we've done this, film just outside, just to put everything in context, because it's very, very well hidden unless you see it from the entrance side, really. I mean, you can still see that there's bits of concrete on it, but we'll show you that in a minute. Thoughts and feelings?
I'd say, for me, it's an interesting. I've not seen one shed-shaped.
No.
Like a bit,
Yeah, we have to keep it. I apologise because some of you might think, oh, well, you know, but we have to keep it very basic for understanding that some of you probably don't know what that means or represents. So just picture a shed that's in a concrete.
It's just shed-shaped.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite large, isn't it?
It's quite large.
So that vent space is massive.
Yeah, you mean the escape hatch and 2 vents, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, escape hatch, two vents, we're saying, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite a large space.
It is
admittedly, it's a large plot of land, a large property.
I think considering what we've been seen in the past, depending on when videos come out, we've actually seen a lot of smaller spaces, types of ones recently that have just been designed for an immediate sort of family, if that. But this is actually a little bit bigger than that, hard to sort of put it into context.
It's still a bit cosy for a family of 4. You can mill around, but it's still not luxurious.
The other thing to note is that these concrete halfway up, for most of it, although not. So you can see on this really clear delineation between the sort of concrete and then they're quite large bricks, aren't they, really?
Are you sure that's not a concrete fencing?
What do you mean?
Because if you look down here, unless the upside of it, because you've got brick and then behind it's brick.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And actually, is that just not a...
No, because they're all one strips, aren't they?
Yeah, but is that not...
We're just discussing amongst ourselves, everybody. Well, that's definitely brick, because obviously, you know, without stating the obvious again, everybody. But I know what you mean.
I don't know.
But can you see there's a difference? Look, there's a layer of brick at the bottom there, if I show you people. And it's all different. So, and then obviously we've got our steps as well, which are just solid concrete.
Yeah,
you can see,
those bricks are smaller than these.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't think that's... I think that's concrete on top of.
What do you mean concrete on top of?
As in like a layer rather than concrete blocking.
Oh, blockings. Yeah, but if you come here, look, no, I like this. This is good. If you see, you can see that there's... I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean. Like, rather than just concrete block sections...
It's like a concrete facing.
Yeah, but normally they mesh it out anyway, don't they? So it's like, we sort of say it's like paper mache in a strange way. You've got your steel girders and they feel like... I think the point of what we're trying to say, everybody, apologies, is that it's different.
It's robust.
It's different. Yeah, it's robust. It's different to what we've seen in terms of design with these huge bricks. I mean,
those bits of bricks. Those are bricks blocks.
Look at this. Different shaped bricks.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, look.
Because you can see that at the stairs, because the bottom is really skinny, then they get bigger.
Yeah, so you basically got small bricks, large bricks, and then concrete. Never seen that before either.
A really big spider.
Yeah, there's a few around here. Look. I know people don't like looking at, but there's a wonderful little spiders.
Sorry.
And then concrete floor, obviously, which is classic. You know, like I said, again. But it's fascinating because of the shed-like triangular-shaped roof that we can, put down. And like I said, that wonderful little light switch, we're assuming. But obviously, just to put this in context, I'm assuming that's the light in there because there's no notable hanging from this.
No.
So I think that switch just turns on what might have been a light. I'm not sure on that fitting there. Doesn't look like that. Hard to tell. Not an expert on that, unfortunately, but it's interesting to note. But yeah, really, really cool, isn't it? I mean, when we say cool, we mean cool as in interesting and kind of like
unique.
Very like unique. Blah, blah, blah. So the final thing, just to point out, just to document, wooden frame, wonderful condition. What we refer to is probably a light switch, although hot as must be. And then vent there. Sorry, Claire. Vent there. and then our escape hatch, or our escape. There you go, which you crawl out of. We'll look up, like I said, when we have a look in a minute. Well, there's not much to see. Obviously spiders, lovely. And really interesting design. Really interesting. I wonder if that's, I might be wrong, that might look like that might be a little drain or something. Of some sort.
Yeah, WW2 has fallen in, but yeah. I agree.
Well, I think we should head out and have a look on the top. Come on. Right, everybody, so we're just going to sort of show you around just a little bit. So obviously that's the entrance to the shelter. You can see how well buried it is. Really what we want to try and do without revealing too much is obviously just give you an idea of the trying to figure out whether because this is what I thought I saw here. Yeah, look, so that's the hatch there, up on there, and there's a little wooden thing there that obviously if you pulled that away, that's where you'd go into. Well, actually, look, if I show you, just to not take my word for it, but yeah, there's like a wooden panel there, looks like it, and then obviously you just open that up and then you're in, and you can see from the top here how well it's built. Really good construction, wasn't it? Way up like that. Thoughts and feelings?
Really interesting. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to the owners for allowing us exclusive access onto this never before filmed air raid shelter. Really appreciative of their time and obviously their love of history to show us some really interesting stuff.
Yes.
You happy with all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, any more words of Phoenix history, because history matters. Take care. Much love to every single one of you out there as the airplane goes over. We will of course see you all very soon. Feel free to spread the word of the channel because history matters. I think safety does on this one.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Kapow.